it's Alabama Annie with another episode of Stories and Songs for You. Imagine that. Today, you're going to hear a story that comes from my second favorite home, Boulder Creek, California, up in the Santa Cruz Mountains along Highway 9. And it's a very beautiful drive along Highway 9 once you leave San Jose and do what they call go over the hill into that area. Is just a wonderful, beautiful drive, and it's very enjoyable every single time I do it. And I always look forward to being on that road coming in from San Jose because I know I'm close to home. Today, this story is about a cabin back in the Santa Cruz Mountains before the turn of the century. And it was an account taken from a publication near Boulder Creek, California. And it goes like this. 3 men took shelter inside Jack Pent's mountain cabin here in Northern California near San Lorenzo Valley during a surprise winter storm that struck the area in early February this year. The 3 had been out hunting when the storm hit, and they were seeking shelter from the wind and the cold, and it was too far for them to return home that day. They built a fire in the hearth from a stockpile of dry wood under the shed at the cabin to warm up, and were eating a meal of canned goods from the cabin's pantry beside the hearth when the cabin was filled with the sounds of gunfire. One of the men sat eating a plate of beans, and he immediately thought they might be under attack from someone outside. "Hit the floor," he cried, but he was too late. He was hit in the forehead and fell down dead on the floor as the other 2 quickly took cover, but not in time, as both fell from multiple shots. One man survived the wounds he received, but he was unable to go for help or even raise himself from the floor. He said later he could only wait and pray that someone would come along. Indeed, 2 days later, when the snows had turned to rain and the storm had abated, Jack Pence returned to his cabin to find the 2 deceased hunters and the wounded man inside. He made the wounded man as comfortable as he could and went for the constable. He told the constable he knew immediately what had happened. He knew that the man had been killed by several rounds of .22 shells, and he knew where the shots had come from. On several occasions, his cabin had been ransacked and things had been stolen, including his supply of ammunition once. So Jack Pence thought it a great idea to stash the spare ammo beneath the cold ashes in the hearth out in the fireplace, along with a pistol and a small box of gold nuggets he had found over the years in his ramblings. But there was only one problem with that plan. He just hadn't counted on anyone seeking shelter in his cabin and building a fire. The surviving hunter recovered from his wounds with care administered by a local physician, and no charges were filed against the cabin's owner for the death of the other 2 men. It was clearly an unfortunate accident. I'd say it would be. Can you imagine that? Lighting a fire and suddenly you're in a hail of bullets? That is pretty scary. And it didn't even involve a gun. Here's a song called Sweet, Sweet Cabin. Do you remember how we used to sing and raise our voices to the sky in that sweet, sweet cabin in them California hills? Late at night, grabbing fire when the moon was high in that sweet, sweet cabin in them Alabama hills. case you notice, I slipped up in the middle of that song and said "In Them Alabama Hills." Any song I write that has to do with Alabama, California fits right into the lyrics. So there's that. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little short story and will join me again soon. Until next time, check that fireplace.